Hello. I'm going to read for you a little snippet from a book written by not a famous author, not a rich author, not a very good one either. This book was written by a chap that goes by the name CJ, or Cum Sock to his friends. We'll do a bit more of an introduction later. We're just going to jump right in with a choice piece, one of my favourite sections of the novel. Okay, accompanying me on guitar is my good lady Jo. She gives a chord. That's a beauty. So, you're all sitting comfortably. I need to concentrate very hard because it's quite difficult to read, and we shall begin. After a few minutes of floating there, Faith stood up and walked across to Xander. He was sitting on a mud bank, but he didn't seem to care. Xander, can I ask you something? Yeah, sure, what? Anything. Well, this is a bit risky. I'm up for anything. Okay then. Have you ever tried anal sex? Xander's eyes widened. Him turned red. Cherry red. Well, no. He was chewing his bottom lip. Oh, don't worry, I haven't either. But Faith decided there and then that she wanted to do it. So she crawled up onto the mud bank and waved a tight, wet, great-looking ass around. Xander swallowed hard. He stood up behind Faith and moved into position. Faith looked over her shoulder. Oh, be gentle, Xander. Xander nodded and placed his hands on her hips and guided himself in, softly but firmly. Faith's hands sank down into the mud as Xander pushed his full length into her. He began to rock her back and forth, slowly. Faith moaned low and slow. Xander pushed one of his hands down into the mud. He lifted a handful of mud up and rubbed it into a neat bush before pushing his 4 fingers into her. His thumb quickly found her clit. He began to massage it. Faith's breathing became deep and sharp. Xander could feel it tighten around his fingers and burst. Faith took 3 short breaths and howled like a wounded dog. There's a massive orgasm. The biggest one she'd ever had ripped through her body. Xander took a step back. Faith fell face first into the mud. She rolled over and threw a large amount of mud towards Xander. They started throwing mud back and forth. After a few minutes, Xander jumped towards Faith and grabbed her ankles and dragged her back into the centre of the stream. Still, both half covered in mud, they kissed suddenly. Faith panicked. Shit! It's sunset! Quickly, Xander and Faith clean dressed and raced off to the house. I think that'll do for a starter. Cheers.